first started, it was still like kind of dark and negative.
I've seen it on the best of times. I've seen it on the downfalls. I've been living in Detroit for 50 years. I'm 50 years old. It's doing real good. It's looking real nice down here.
It's really nice knowing how a city looked before and after, because I've been working down here for 2 months and I've seen a lot of progress, and it's nicer. You feel like a better vibe versus when I first started. It was still like kind of dark and negative.
I am extremely excited about the city and what's been going on. I've been downtown for 20 plus years and I love to see this activity.
The food business is bringing the city back, because they're opening a lot of restaurants, you know, and they're giving a lot of people opportunities to work. It's real nice. They're doing a lot for the city.
It's always had great food though, it has. Always out in the neighborhoods, but it's good to see it downtown too.
Oh, side business. Some people were very aware of what we were doing and came here because of that, because we were using local ingredients and local suppliers and organic stuff.
Hi, I'm Deborah Gifford. We are at the Brooklyn Street Local, which I co-own with my husband Jason. So we will have been open for 3 years this May 16th will be 3 years. So it was a diner before we opened it up. Prior to that, it was Max's Deli, which was this kind of Detroit staple for many years. Really being a part of the community was very important to us. And so we started visiting Detroit and really found that the sense of community here, the attitude, so this DIY attitude, and just the accessibility to local food. I mean, we get stuff that's grown right in the city, and also just in the surrounding, state of Michigan.
I'm Mark Joslia. I'm the chef partner here at Wright & Company. Well, I grew up in Madison Heights, and right after high school I left, and I went to cooking school in New York at the Culinary Institute of America. And then from that point forward, when I came back to Detroit briefly, my parents decided to retire in Las Vegas. I then ended up in Las Vegas as well, and that's when I met Wolfgang Puck. And then from that point forward, I worked for him for nearly 19 years. He asked me if I would be interested in coming back to Detroit to open a restaurant. I joked around, I said, Detroit, you mean like Detroit, Michigan? Like we're opening a restaurant in Detroit, Michigan. And then I always hoped that I'd find a place where I could springboard off my current job to open my own restaurant. And I never thought it was going to be Detroit originally, but when I got back here, I met a lot of great people doing a lot of really cool things and really good opportunities, and that's how this restaurant came to fruition.
Wright & Company used to be a jeweler. Lori's, one of her first pieces of jewelry was from that company. So after we found out that they started this restaurant, we wanted to come down and see what it's like. Great, great bar.
When everyone's interested in trying new restaurants, especially I like it because we don't have any corporate restaurants in Detroit. There's very few and far between, but really there aren't any. So these independent restaurants that come in are fantastic.
I think that places like Wright & Company, places like Selden Standard start to bring a different crowd to these neighborhoods, for a reason besides a sporting event. It gives them a reason to stick around.
Hi, I'm Josh Stockton. I'm the chef here at Gold Cash Gold. Everybody's got these romantic notions about opening a restaurant. Nobody tells you all the paperwork that's going to be. This is my first restaurant that is 100% mine, but this is the first time that I've actually got to have final say on all the food and not have to double check with 15 bosses in the hotels and all that fun stuff. Everybody here kind of pitches in with everybody else. Everybody wants everybody to succeed. It's not like in Las Vegas where you want to be number one, and you don't just want to be number one and them to be number two. You want to be number one and you want them to fall off the face of the earth. Here, everybody just wants everybody to succeed because you need more places opening here. You need more good things to happen. This is everything that we do here, all kind of on one plate. We got bratwurst, we make our own mustards, you know, all the pickles we do into a relish. You know, we make pimento cheese right there. So a little bit of everything on one plate that we can use works great.
Some people didn't get it at all and wondered why they had to pay $9 for an omelet. It makes a big difference to me as the chef in here to use locally sourced ingredients, and of course the reason is because doing it locally and or organically costs a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money. The fact is it costs a little more money.
As you know, it feels good seeing like customers, regulars coming in, you know, every other day or every day, and being able to say like, "Hey, how are you doing?" You know, knowing them by name and knowing how they take their coffee. Yeah, it feels good.
This is one of the dishes we came up with originally. A spicy mayonnaise. It's mayonnaise, sriracha, sesame oil. I'm going to coat that liberally, and once it's packed in there nice and tight. This is our spicy tuna tartare, crisp wontons, micro cilantro, and sweet soy. The sweetness of the apples and pears, the tanginess of the marinade, the spiciness of the tuna tartare, the earthiness and the umami of the sweet soy, the crispiness of the wontons. It creates different layers of flavor, so when you eat it, every bite is just a little bit different. And it's wonderful from start to finish.
Is food, or can food, be the thing that saves the city?
So I think that food is something that is definitely re-energizing the city and bringing people together.
I think food can save any place. I think food gathers people more than any other thing. There's a reason everybody knows about a Sunday family dinner tradition. It brings people together.
And that's really special. And also, like I said, to be here from the start, shall we say, you know, 7 years ago when there wasn't much going on downtown, and watching great people have their ideas come to fruition, have the local farms and supply restaurants and more people trying to do great things with Food Lab, a small little nonprofit that's teaching high school kids how to cook and things like that. So it's really great that all of it together is really coming to fruition. So.